You may have seen several world mods from creators, notably the recent African Savannah and Going North world mods by Nando, based on the African Savannah regions and Iceland respectively. You may also be familiar with my world mod, Plumden, that turns Magnolia Promenade into an urban hub reminiscent of my home city of London. A link to the Plumden mod pack can be found in the video description. Tutorials for world modding for The Sims 4 are very few and far between, so I thought I'd start a video series on this very topic. In this first tutorial, we will be taking a look at the game files to give you an understanding as to what's what. By the end of this video, you will have learned how to replace existing gameplay objects in the world, how to place new gameplay and deco objects in the world from scratch, and how to place deco objects outside the playable space. Before we start, a quick disclaimer. This is not a tutorial on how to use Sims 4 Studio or any of the required mods used to create your world. Speaking of mods, let's take a look at the mods and programs you will need to get started. All links will be in the description below. To edit worlds in The Sims 4, you will need Sims 4 Studio, a program that allows you to easily edit .package and .world files. For those familiar with mods in The Sims 4, package files store custom content and mods along with script files. We won't be creating any script changes in this tutorial, however. World files are used by the game to store all world data, including lot info, world objects, terrain meshes and textures, and lighting info. For this tutorial, I have also created two files to help you. The World Modding Notes file will help you keep track of several things throughout the tutorial, and the Rotations Guide will help you find object orientation. In terms of mods, there are several that I will be using in this tutorial. The first is Tool by Twisted Mexi. This will be used to move objects outside the active lot as well as finding object coordinates. Better Cheat Console, also by Twisted Mexi, will allow you to copy coordinates directly from the cheat console. Better Build by, again, Twisted Mexi, allows you to view all live edit and debug objects in the Build by catalogue easily. WonderfulWhims by TurboDriver, the safe for work alternative for Wicked Whims. This mod will be used to get the height of objects as well as other useful information. And finally, Clickable Worlds by A-Wings Llama. This will allow you to click on areas within the world that aren't usually accessible by your Sims. I have created a file to help you get started, and the link for it will be in the description below. This file contains the backup folder, the replacements folder, the modding notes file, and the rotation guide. Download these files and open the folder up. How to find .world files. Open the EA app, navigate to The Sims 4, click Manage, View Properties, under Install Location, click Open Folder. You will see two files, Data and Delta. Data contains the base game worlds. You can find these worlds by going to Data, Shared, Worlds, and Areas. Delta contains all expansion and game pack worlds from the packs that you own. Using Moonwood Mill from the Werewolves game pack as an example, you would go to Delta, GP12, Worlds, and then Areas. For this tutorial, we want to edit the Foundry Cove neighbourhood of Willow Creek. To do this, navigate to the base game worlds folder. Find gd_garden ward _01_ll.world, right click, copy, go to your backups folder that we just downloaded, right click, and then paste. Now go to the replacements folder, right click, and again paste. Now with the boring stuff out of the way, let's replace an existing gameplay object with a new gameplay object. As the name suggests, gameplay objects are interactable objects, for example benches or hot tubs, as opposed to deco objects, which are purely for decoration. For this tutorial, I will be replacing the Sylvan Glade tree with a bonfire. So let's get started. Open Sims 4 Studio, enter your creator name in the bottom right, click My Projects in the top right, navigate to your replacements folder, and open your world file. Now that you have your world file open, in the top left in the search bar, search for World Object Data. Scroll down until you find World Object Data listed under Type. Next to Lots, click the button Edit Items. A new window will pop up with a list of lots and then numbers listed after it. Click the entry Lot 961473792. Depending on the world that you've chosen to edit, these numbers may be different, and you can search through each one on your own to find out which one you need. On the right, next to Objects, click Edit Items. A list of all current in-world gameplay objects will appear. On the left, click Hidden Portal Tree GD_01. This is the Sylvanglade tree, the object that we're going to be replacing. Open the World Modding Notes file you downloaded earlier. Copy the number next to the instance under Section 1. The instance is a code in which the game recognizes as an object. Now go back to the Sims 4 Studio and paste this number in the box labelled Definition Instance on the right. Click Save in the bottom right and then Save again on the Editing Lots box. Now click Save one last time on the Sims 4 Studio screen. Go back to your Replacements folder and find your newly saved world, right-click and copy. Now navigate back to the Sims 4, Data, Shared, Worlds and Area, right-click and paste. Now when you open up Sims 4, you can test out the bonfire in its new location. You can choose any gameplay or deco objects to add into your world using this method. If you want to add deco objects, simply go to the Objects No Script menu. Now for a more advanced approach. Let's take a look at adding gameplay objects to the world, as opposed to replacing an existing one. For the sake of this tutorial, I will be adding a lounge chair next to the bonfire that I just placed. Place the object on an empty lot in Foundry Cove. For this tutorial, I am using Bargain Bend. Switch to Live Mode, shift-click on the chair, go to Tools, and then click Toggle Active Object, and the object will turn a transparent green. Go to the off-lot location where you want your object to be placed. Click the object again to disable Toggle Active Object. Open the cheat console by pressing Ctrl-Shift-C. Shift-click on the object, click Tool, and then Move. Don't type anything in the pop-up box and just hit OK. In the cheat console, you will now see something that looks like this. Highlight the number after X and press Ctrl-C to copy. And in the World Modding Notes file, replace X with the number that you just copied. Repeat with the Y number. To find the height, shift-click on the object, WonderfulWhims, and display object information. A notification box will appear with information. You can't copy and paste from here, so you'll need to manually type this into your notes. Under Position, look for the numbers next to Y. In your notes, highlight Height and type out the number listed. You should now have something that resembles this in your notes folder. Using the Rotations Guide file, pick which rotation you want your object to be facing, and paste it in your rotation notes. To understand where the front of your object is, in build mode, look for this little green arrow. Browse game content is a feature of the Sims 4 Studio that can come in very handy when creating custom worlds or mod making in general. It allows you to view all in-game content, including build by objects. Let's take a look at how to access this feature and how it will come in useful in this tutorial. In the homepage of Sims 4 Studio, go to the top and click Tools, Browse Game Content, and Objects. A new window will pop up, and in the search bar, type the name of your object. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using the base game Portable Lounge Chair. On the top right, click Warehouse. Scroll down and find the first entry of Object Definition. This will be listed above a swatch. On the right, you will see Instance located under the Key section. Copy the instance number to your notes. And above Object Definition, click on Footprint. Footprint is the rootable area used by Sims when interacting with an object. Under Key, copy the instance and the instance decimal to your notes. Now we have to find the object ID. The object ID value is a string of numbers that are unique to an object in the game world. For this, we'll be using a tool within Sims 4 Studio called Hash Generator. Go to the Sims 4 Studio home screen, click Tools again, and then Hash Generator. There are lots of numbers here, and it can be daunting at first, but don't be worried because I'm still scared of it. In the new box that has popped up, click Decimal under Mode. Under Hash Text in the text box, type anything you want. For this tutorial, I typed out Willow Creek Lounge Chair as an example. As you type, the numbers below will change. Copy the number in the FNV64 box. Now go to the converter at the top and paste the number in the decimal box. A new number will now appear in the box labelled hexadecimal. Copy this hexadecimal number. Now paste this number in your notes next to Object ID. Now that we've got all the info we need, it's time to add the object to the world. Before this, make sure you have moved your object back to the active lot using Tool. Open your world file from your Replacements folder from the home page of Sims 4 Studio. In the top left, search World Object Data. Scroll down until you find World Object Data. Next to Lot, click Edit Items. Click the lot entry 961473792. On the right, next to Objects, click Edit Items, and click Add at the bottom of the menu. Now, using our collected notes, it's time to add the object. We'll work our way from the top down. In Accumulate Snow, type 1. This will allow the object to accumulate snow when it snows in-game. Paste your instance into the definition instance box. Now onto the footprint key section to use your collected footprint values. Leave group blank, then paste your instance into the box. Paste your instant decimal into the next box. Add D38-2BF57 after type. Every object in this world has this same type number. In the orientation box, add your orientation. And in the position box, add the position values that you collected earlier. Next to scale, add 1. This will be the size of the object. If it's a gameplay object, Sims will only be able to use objects that are scaled to the correct size. Next to min load spec, add 255, and add the object ID that you collected using the hash generator. Now click Save on each box, and copy your file in Replacements back to the area folders inside your Sims 4 files. Now in game, take a look at your new object placed. World objects can be thought of as two separate entities, objects within the playable area and objects outside of it. Objects inside the playable area will be found under World Object Data. Objects outside the playable area will be found in the file called World Data. For this tutorial, I'm going to be placing a water tower across the river from our bonfire. In the Sims 4 Studio, open up your World file and search in the top left for World Data. Click World Data in the list, and on the right next to Object Managers, click Edit Items. A new window will pop up, and click Object Manager Object Data. On the right, click Edit Items, and you'll now see a list of every item outside the playable area. In the drop-down menu at the bottom, click Object Manager Object Data and Add, then click Edit Items on the right. Using the drop-down menu at the bottom, add the following items: Object Data ID, Object Data Position, Object Data Rotation, Object Data Definition 64, Object Data Scale, Object Data Min Load Spec LOD, Object Data Parent ID, Object Data Slot, Object Manager Snow Data, and OPRP. In each category, add the following information. In ID, paste a new code that you have obtained using the hash generator. Position, obtained using Tool and WonderfulWhims. Rotation, which you can obtain using the guide. In Object Definition GUI 64, add the definition instance of the object that you want to place. This can be found in the Browse Game Content menu. Under Scale, add 1. Min Spec LOD, add 255. In Parent ID, leave it blank. In Slot, also leave it blank. Under Can Have Snow, add 1. This allows the objects to gain snow. And under OPRP, type 00000000. Save each pop-up box until you're back into your .world file. And copy the .world file from your replacements into the Areas folder. And there you have it, 3 brand new objects placed directly in the world permanently. Well, that's everything for part 1 of my world modding series. If I haven't covered something that you're desperate to learn, please do let me know in the comments below or over on Twitter. Leaving a like and subscribing really helps me out, and also consider supporting me on Patreon, which is linked below. I really hope to see you back next time for part 2.